it's Ashley from Sweet Dreams Bake Shop, and welcome back to my channel where I make a lot of cake and cookie decorating tutorials as well as give a lot of baking business tips. And today I want to talk about perseverance and how this is the one thing that will separate you from success and failure. I was making these cookies for my staff because it is now summertime and this was a final end of the year goodbye. And as these were drying at home and I took my son to Taekwondo, my husband calls me and tells me that he passed his Red Seal examination. Now, for those of you who don't know what a Red Seal is, it's basically certification in a trade of your choice. So my husband's certification is in automotive. More than 10 years ago, it was an expectation that I would get my teaching degree and I would work for a solid year before getting married, and my husband would be fully certified in his field. But that unfortunately didn't happen, and it actually didn't happen for several years. I've now been a teacher for 10 years, and he just got certified. But what was more amazing than the certification itself was watching him persevere through those hard times. And there have been many instances in which I'm sure he saw other people be successful in that field, and he just continued on. He continued on his own journey. And if he continued to compare and compare, I'm pretty sure that he wouldn't have been able to accomplish what it is that he has accomplished now, because now he has a whole bunch of experience as well as that extra certification. And for someone like me, a few years ago, this was really challenging to deal with. The idea of failure has always been ingrained in me that it's something that should be avoided at all costs, and all failures seem to look the same in my reality. If you didn't achieve XYZ like you said you were going to, then you were a failure. And there was really no way to dig yourself out of that hole. And that's kind of the way that I was raised. Way back when, my friend and I were working at the same bakery together, and teaching jobs were very scarce because there was a lot of striking going on. So we would be decorating cakes beside each other. Now, in her mind, she was already doing her dream job. And in my mind, I was just doing a job to fill time. I did really enjoy the job, but it wasn't my original goal and my original intent. So I felt like a failure. It was only a total of 6 months where I didn't have a teaching job, which really wasn't that bad considering what it was like back then in the teaching world. I mean, now there are so many jobs, so if you want to come be a teacher in BC, then please do so. But my friend and I talk about it all the time, how I would just be there and say that I was a loser, and she really didn't know me that well back then, and she really couldn't understand where any of this was coming from. One day, she eventually did ask me, do you think I'm a loser, Ashley? And believe it or not, I was actually taken aback by this question, but I completely understand it now. I mean, we were doing the exact same job, and her perspective on her job, though, was completely different. And even my perspective on what she was doing was completely different, because in my mind, she meant to do that job. That job was her goal, so she was successful in my mind. It's no spoiler alert that obviously, eventually, I did become a teacher. I secured my dream teaching job in just a few short years after that, which was pretty great. But knowing what I know now about perseverance is that I could still have that level of perseverance and continuing to work towards something, but be way happier on the inside. You see, as I was struggling internally with this feeling of failure, I was actually building a huge repertoire of skills, and it's the skills that you see on my channel every day. Had I had a full-time teaching job right away where there was no struggles at all, I don't think I would have some of the skills that I have today, not only in cake and cookie decorating, but just the ability to be able to deal with failure or look at it as something other than a negative. So if you're struggling with achieving a goal or you've been working at something for a very long time, just remember that you can continue to persevere and have that journey be something positive as well for you. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can be part of the Sweetie fam. Right now, I'm uploading weekly, so make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. Also, be sure to comment, request, or ask a question. I love hearing from you guys. Bye!